organized occupationally. We also get the beginning co-occurring problems, DDA, Recovery Anonymous, DTR in particular. We're getting a more recent phenomena of recovery emerging frameworks specifically around people who've been enmeshed in the criminal justice system. I'm very interested in inner circles, which are these recovery groups organized inside the prison systems in the United States, who when they leave prisons and enter their communities, enter what is called winners community, of members who have left prison, maintained their recovery. And this is a recovery fellowship based very specifically on people who bring those very specific obstacles of also being a felon in recovery. Meeting specialization, I could have made this list 10 slides. I mean, I've almost given up. Anybody that's looked at a meeting list lately, you go, my God. Not only at the number, but the amazing variety of specialization related to that. Secular recovery support groups, this history, and this is the beginning of the modern piece that I want to share with you. We get the Women for Sobriety, 75, SOS, 85, Rational Recovery, Men for Sobriety, Life Ring Secular Recovery, Moderation Management, 94, begun here actually. There's kind of an Ann Arbor history with that, with Audrey Kishline, and Life Ring Secular Recovery after that. What's interesting about that is these are the first modern secular alternatives to the spiritual frameworks of 12-step recovery. We're also going to begin to see during that time sort of a migration towards some more explicitly religious frameworks of recovery, beginning with what we might call 11-step group of the Catholic Society of Catholics and Alcoholics Anonymous, who are using the Catholic faith, particularly in terms of the 11th step. We get the birth of Alcoholics Anonymous, Victorious, which is the first adaptation of the 12 steps for a Christ-centered framework of recovery. We get Teen Challenged, Alcoholics for Christ. We get JACS in 1979, another framework we might refer to as 11-step group for Jewish people in Alcoholics Anonymous. And then I could go on, but this is probably one I'd want to footnote, and that is Celebrate Recovery. If I look at the current history right now in the United States, probably the fastest growing recovery support structure in the United States is not AA or NA, but Celebrate Recovery, now in about 10,000 churches. And again, this is going to be part of this larger pattern that I'm going to be sharing with you momentarily. If any of you are interested in staying up with this, Ernie and Linda Kurtz here in Ann Arbor volunteered and began some work with Faces and Voices of Recovery to create a recovery mutual aid directory. They've now passed that on to some others of us, and we try to update this about every 30 to 60 days. So if you're wanting the very latest menu of all of these 12-step spiritual, religious, secular frameworks of recovery, there's where you can find them.